fine. We talked about, young talent, doing it big, and in the world of Formula One, we talked about Lando Norris. So this is my question in tennis. How exciting it is, all right, or it has been, watching the likes of Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner, taking Novak Djokovic to the limit.
I remember those days of Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi, and the rest of them. But Roger Federer actually came in with his own drama, with his own stunts, and to a very large extent, he had a whole lot of successes attached to what he brought to tennis. And the likes of Rafael Nadal actually came in afterward, and Novak Djokovic. So those three at some point in time were the faces of tennis. And a whole lot of organization actually did so many exhibition games for them, bringing them together to play in different continents and just give the kind of stunts some entertaining events like sports will need for it to go around globally. Now, to talk about the game itself, Novak has really done very, very well.
Absolutely.
In the history of the game, the most successful as far as Grand Slam is concerned. And Australia has been his major front. He had 10 Grand Slam victory there, Australian Open. And another thing is the fact that among all the supposed age group or generation of Novak, he is the only one standing right now. Injury has not been so fair to the likes of Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer actually bowed out and age and every other thing. But the reality about it right now is the fact that one way or the other, Novak had his time. And for whatever it is you might be seeing right now, we are not talking about chess here. This is a strength game. You run around, you hit with your strength and everything. A whole lot of things will be going against you as time goes on.
Absolutely.
Once you are getting colder, year in, year out. So I think that actually opened doors for the likes of Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, and the rest of them. And to put to all of that, Novak actually never wanted to agree to the fact that the age he's carrying around will still be some level of, you still give him some level of like, put him in some impossible situation for him to achieve something. Okay, for example, he won the gold this year for the Olympic, and that was the only Olympic gold he had in his career. And if you ask yourself, a whole lot of other countries with beautiful tennis players actually featured him. And also, he was defeated in one of the Grand Slam for this year by Carlos Alcaraz as well. And so, if you put your mind to it is not about somebody just losing out. Unlike Serena Williams, as at the time she gave birth, to make it to the final was so difficult. A whole lot of other young tennis players actually came at her, and she couldn't just repeat that feat she actually had over the years. Now, this year alone, let's talk about 2024, we've had all the 4 Grand Slam that was meant to be hosted this year. The Australian Open, Carlos Alcaraz. The French Open, I think Jannik Sinner. The Wimbledon, Carlos Alcaraz beating Novak Djokovic. And the last Grand Slam of the year, which is the US Open, Jannik Sinner. On that ground, you notice the fact that for all the 4 Grand Slam, we want to talk about 2 tennis players actually won the 4. That is on that side. So if you want to put your mind to it, it's going to be on the ground of these young lads. They are around and they want to make statements. Maybe at the back of his mind, he should start thinking about, I think it's high time I buy out of this game. Another thing you add to him, he has been an activist. Maybe that particular side of him is distracting him for the game.
Okay.
I don't want to.
That's Novak, right?
I mean Novak, Maybe that is distracting him. Okay, but in the midst of all of that, I think age will definitely be taking its toll on him, and that would be a very huge factor to determine how efficient it's going to be in terms of winning
trophies. So yes, I mean that was great, but speaking about the next generations and the talented guys that would definitely, which some of them are actually, taking the reins already. Carlos Alcaraz, like he touched on, I mean, it's 20. He's won back-to-back Wimbledon, defeating Djokovic in one of the finals. I mean, amazing one and an amazing great. He's a great athlete. Like when it comes to athleticism on the court, he's a top guy. He's won Grand Slam already. There is also Yannick Sinner, current world number 1 Italian. He's just 23. His ground stroke is absolutely immense. He's also a guy who performs when it comes 1v1 versus the best of tennis players. Also, we've got Olga Rune, the Danish guy. Is 21. He's also an amazing guy. The last US Open, he did really well, and his biggest win was versus Novak Djokovic, the Paris Open. I mean, that was his first 1,000 Opens title. And there is also Ben Shelton, 21-year-old amazing American, also who has a very decent defense and a very good ground stroke when it comes to the game of tennis. So I'm really excited about these guys. And we also got amazing ones into the WTA also. I mean, the ladies is Coco Gauff. She came into the frame at age 15. US Open already. There is Iga Swiatek, amazing girl. She won her first Grand Slam at age 19 or 18 there about French Open. And before she clocked 23, she went to do 2 French Open and a US Open in 2023. That's an amazing one for her. There is also Fernandez, a Canadian, amazing girl. She had a good run in the US Open. Fantastic. And let's not forget Emma Raducanu at age 18. She won the US Open defeating Fernandez. So it's really great. I love these guys, the young lads. They're age 23 and below. They are not only on top of the game in the tennis court, but also doing really well in sport as a whole. And speaking about tennis, we asked a few questions way back. Okay, who will take over the reins from the likes of Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal? Trust me, these guys are already there, pitching versus these guys 1-on-1, defeating them and doing well versus top ranked guys. So this guy is really beautiful for the tennis going forward.
Absolutely well said. I mean, we promised at the start of the show that we're going to do Formula One, tennis. I mean, there's no way we're leaving out boxing.
Definitely.
And this is where we take the next flight to the world of boxing.